Now the real fun begins. Building the story. One of the hardest things to do in my business is to turn this into a formula. Formula is defined as this: intro, problem, resolution. All good shows have some type of formula. Think Phineas and Ferb. Each day is started out in summer vacation. They figure out what to do. Candace tries to get them busted. Doofenshmirtz tries to invent something random and funny, and eventually nothing comes of it. They start over again. That's a formula. So how do we build it for small fry? Well, I realized something. You willing to drive with me for a second? In order to get the formula correct for small fry, it needs to be repeatable against not just 1 or 2 episodes, but against like 3, 4, 5. And this is a lot easier said than done. The 3 sections are great, but they're kind of abstract. I'm going to be honest with you, I've been stuck on this for the past like 4 months. Even if you look at this from the point of a Western, what do you get really? A showdown? And what else? You might be able to get 1 good episode out of it, but that's about it, until I dug a little deeper. The more I searched, the more confused I became. 3-act structure, hero's journey, save the cat. Everybody had a piece of the puzzle, but nobody seemed to have the whole picture. So I started comparing stories that had no business being alike. Rocky, Finding Nemo, Star Wars, David and Goliath. And the more I compared them, the stronger it got. The more you look closely, the more you realized it was about an underdog taking the lead. So that got me thinking, who are some of the biggest examples we have of the little guy rising up against the big guy? Rocky Balboa? It works, but that's already been done, and you can only use it once. But this is really what got me the inspiration. I once sat through a webinar with a guy who wrote Tacoma FD. And one of the things he talked about was that you steal from reality. What does steal from reality mean? Take a moment from real life, situation, phrase, or other, and then add it into your content. In terms of small fry, one of the biggest examples I have of big versus small is the story of David versus Goliath. Now there's an interesting idea. If we use David and Goliath as the formula, what would that look like? David would end up as small fry because, well, he's the smallest. We could easily make Taunts Jonathan. Mayor Tater could be Saul. Chard could be the Israelites because he's always doubting small fry. And the town villains could be the representation of Goliath. Kind of works out. If you guys watched my last video, you'd notice I'm fighting something. My dream and ambition is to take on Disney, Paramount, Angel Studios, Warner Brothers, and the whole lot. Because I'll be honest, not a lot of them have Christian-based content that exists. Alright, so this kind of seems fitting. If we're facing against big media, then we're basically facing a giant anyway. Hence the David and Goliath. So a small fry will fight big media. Kind of fitting, right? So now that we got the formula in place, we got to put it to test. We're going to do that with this story. Because we now have the formula, makes writing the story so much easier. So let's add the elements. Intro, problem, resolution. Because we're using the David and Goliath formula, I'm going to lean into the small, facing the large, as the showdown at the end. This makes it both predictable and relatable. Small fry enters the scene, Waffle Gang enters the scene. Then there's the showdown at the end. Now, if you want to see all this, our next episode, we're going to be interviewing somebody quite interesting. He's one of the storyboard artists from the Iron Giant, the Minions movies, the Ice Age movies. You take your pick.